video that's on Infowars.com. Ventura, CEO salaries up 875% since 1978. In comparison, a typical worker's salary increased only 5.4%. I get what you're saying in spirit that Henry Ford said we got to pay people enough to buy the cars. When you have this greedy economy, there's no middle class, the ultra rich are getting rich. My bigger issue is a lot of these big companies are tax exempt while they lobby for higher taxes on the working class. I'm for increasing minimum wage if that didn't hide the fact that we're devaluing the currency. That's the real tax Ron Paul talks about. So give us your argument. You were telling me off air it's already happening in sports, to capping CEO pay.
Well, if you look, it's not some new concept. If you look at football, if you look at baseball, if you look at hockey, and you look at basketball, LeBron James can't make what he's worth because they have salary caps. And the big shots don't want to get in a bidding war for LeBron because then somebody with the huge money is going to pay him through the roof, and that's why they came. So you've already got salary caps in place on athletes. Now, if there's a salary cap on an athlete, why shouldn't there be a salary cap on these CEOs? I mean, logically, let's look at it, Alex. And I'm just pulling numbers out of the sky. Somebody can't live on $2 million a month. You know, that comes out to $24 million a year. If you can't live on $24 million a year, then maybe I'll start supporting capital punishment. Because it's absurd. And when you look at you look at Walmart, where the Walton family is making $12 billion a year, and yet their employees are all being subsidized by the government because they can't earn enough to not be subsidized. That's obscene. And so, you know, I'm all for the free enterprise system. I'm all for people, but when it starts getting to the point where it's ridiculous, if somebody, and I'm just pulling a figure out, if somebody can't live on $24 million a year, something's seriously wrong with them.
Well, there are a bunch of CEOs that are paid $50 million or more.
Exactly. For what? And couldn't we use that additional money either to pay workers or apply it to the deficit? We're $17 trillion.
Governor, you're absolutely right that things are out of kilter, that the ultra-rich have rigged the system like a rigged casino, crony capitalism. I'm saying the dangerous path this goes down will be then they'll say people that have money have got to give more of it back when the middle class is already paying more than half in taxes. The big issue is the ultra-rich have set up tax schemes that are legal because they write the laws where the Waltons escape most taxes, but then I try to hire 40-something people. All totaled, I pay over 70% taxes.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's no doubt about it. Look at me, Alex. Whenever I do a deal, let's say I do a movie and they offered me $100,000 to do the movie, right? Well, I already know cut it in half. You're going to get 50.
That's right.
Because by the time taxes are done and I have an agent, he's got to get paid. By the time I'll probably get less than 50. But I already know that's the magic number. Whatever I do the deal for, that's why I support a national sales tax. If we would go to a national sales tax, and it's time for it now, that is equal. Then we as citizens would never have to keep another tax record in our life.
I hear you.
You would pay all your taxes at the point of purchase.
Well, yeah, they want it where they can.
To business, which is already being done.